Hey, dead on. Your empire is done. Dead on. Started the war, you thought you would win. Now look at the mess that your country is in. Look at it. Your general's crying, your plan was a bust. The promises made are now turning to dust. Marco Rubio was sweating, he's grilled on the floor. They asked for the billions you wasted on war. You lied from day one, you keep casting a lot. But look at the straight, yeah, we got it on lock. Like down, begging for mercy, you're begging for peace. While telling your media Iran wants to cease. You sure? You're losing the straight, you're losing the state. And now the whole public is drowning in hate. You're told, stop talking about Epstein. Now listen to the crowd. Now. You lied about your own, said the Navy is gone. You promised regime change from darkness to dawn. Frame it! Your beautiful beat tools were flying so high, still shaking inside. You're about to cry. You stood on stage, looking completely detached, saying, I don't care about voters, it's cash. Did he really say that? Yeah, he did. You care about ballrooms, luxury suites while American families starve on the streets. Inflation is taking an economy high, but you worry about Israelis. And the corruption is steep, they are fighting the state. Every politician's got a fighter on their plate. You're all doing popping and dancing for funds while Iran is standing and holding the guns. You're losing the straight, you're losing the state. And now the whole public is drowning in hate. You told, stop talking about Epstein. Now listen to the crowd. Don't stop talking about You called yourself a king, but you're just a BJ queen. The biggest disaster the White House has seen. Your empire is done, 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 done. The war is lost. You go fix your problem. Hey, hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. No, between the binary, this is Get Informed with Wajeeh. I am Wajeeh Lion. Thank you so much for tuning in. My shoulder. Damn it. God damn it. That hurts a second. How's everyone doing? How are my friends and family? Thank you so much for tuning in. We got news for you today. We got some news for you today. Iran Deputy Parliament Speaker says that the United States has particularly realized that the opening of the Strait of Hormuz has no military solution. U.S. President, His Majesty Baba Trump, may God extend his life forever and ever, says Washington is only semi-negotiating with Tehran and will wait for economic pressure on Iran to mount. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu means nasty. Netan means nasty in Arabic. So every time my grandpa says Netanyahu, he used to go like this. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has formally rejected a U.S. brokered peace plan for Gaza, saying that that an Israeli pullout will not happen until Hamas is fully disarmed. Yemen, new aligned Houthi has attacked the Red Sea recognized government, killing at least 7 people an army spokesman said. Meanwhile, the president Masoud Pezeshkian said in his seventh-hour meeting with Mustafa Khamenei, says the supreme leader emphasized maintaining national unity and cohesion and paying attention to the people's livelihood. His remarks has been reported by Iran's Far News Agency. Pezeshkian met Khamenei around the start of the president's third year in office in late July, state media said on Sunday. And yesterday, I don't know if you saw, I have released a video from the Iranian official news agencies proofing, as of saying that they have a video proof of Mustafa Khamenei being alive, talking to some of his advisors. I have posted a video of that on my Substack. Let me see if I have it pulled out. This is the video from Iran official news agency. نبوي عداوي فاطمي منعدد حسيني حسن حسيني حسيني حسين. If you notice, we cannot see the right side of his face, and they made sure that they only show us the left side. This looks like a prayer room, and looks like that he has some his religious clerk advisors with those turbans. The ones with the black turban are descendant of the prophet, or the turban shows a rank for sure. But this is definitely a prayer rug, and I'm seeing other people in suits. So I'm wondering if these are engineers or something else. You can see the cup of tea. As usual, we joke a lot about the cup of tea, but it's the jokes are not like far from reality. A cup of tea is gonna be in every meeting, and everybody sit down. They're gonna have another sip of tea. I told you guys this. You guys don't understand this until you see it, huh? But this is the video. Some commented in this video, this is better proof of life than Mitch McConnell's picture. Not me. I did not say it. Someone said that this is better proof of life than Mitch McConnell's proof of life. Interesting news, huh? Interesting news. Like Malcolm said, it is a little slow today, but that doesn't mean that there is important things to discuss. For Iranians, it's just like a dancing with the same old tunnel when it comes to discussing the US economic pressure that is threatening Iran and waiting on Iranian citizens. This is not something Iranians are dealing with for the first time, as they have been dealing with this type of pressure in the past days, weeks, and I would say in the past decades.
prior to this war. But certainly, it does not mean that there is no impact economically speaking. Iranian people are suffering, they are struggling, but their tolerance for this type of suffering is way higher than any American or European nation. A second ago, I read to you a statement from Mustafa Khamenei, the supreme leader, saying that the nation need to unite and be cohesive. This is an understanding that the nation is under a lot of economic struggle and economic stress. So it is important to stress the message of unity for the Iranian people. And that's why we see the supreme leader coming out and stressing for unity. Unfortunately, Baba Trump hasn't learned that trick yet. Baba Trump, I advise you to learn how to unite your people. Your people are tired and hungry. And if you don't hurry up, it will be too late. It will be too late, Mr. Trump. Situations like this is when you start showing, humility, is when you start showing your humanity to your American people. But it seems like the more Baba Trump is convinced with this more, the more isolated he is with his opinion from the rest of the nation and the rest of the globe. Even his supporters are creating manifestos of how to break away from Trump. I'm telling you, this is your chance, the Democratic Party, to win as much Trump supporters as possible now more than ever. If you are having any missionary experience, you would know targeting these Trump supporters at this moment is how you will then win the next election. Do not focus on abortion. Do not focus on culture war. Do not focus on whatever rights. Focus on the economy. Focus on the economy. Focus on the food. Focus on the prices. That is your main thing that you need to worry about so you can win people over to win this coming election. Anything else is a distraction. People don't give a damn about any rights at the moment. People don't give a damn about any human rights. And this is coming from a human rights activist. This is what the numbers are saying. People care about putting food on the table. They don't care about identity politics. They don't care about their scandals. They don't care about whether you're married to one person or 10. They want to put food on the table. They want cheap prices. And yes, they do want the Epstein files because that's something that this is something very serious for them. Yes, everyone wants the Epstein file released. Absolutely. But I'm just saying at this point, people need the war to end. People need people who can promise them ending of the war. People who can promise them lowering the cost. That's why I think Sayed's message is is catchy from Michigan. What is he saying? He said, "I want to put more money in your pocket, take money out of politics, and give them Medicare for all." Three simple, three simple, all economic. This is exactly the right thing that I'm talking about. Americans need to get united. And as long as we continue to focus on something other than the economy, we will continue to get divided and not focus on the big picture. Remember, it is a class war, not a culture war. The 1% is spending millions and millions, and if not billions of dollars, funding this type of exact fracture between the right and the left just so they can keep more money in their pocket. Have you noticed billionaire liberals don't give a damn if you if they get criticized by the far right. They don't give a damn if they get criticized by the far left, as long as they can save their money. Same thing with the billionaires on the far right. They all very happy to see they're buying popcorn, sitting down, enjoying you us all fight on the street. And they're like, oh yeah, we get to keep our money at least. They're paying lobbyists. They have companies that their companies are owned by uh, holding companies, and these holding companies are owned by what they call it family trust funds, and these family trust funds are somewhere else. So by the end of the day, you sue the company doesn't have any assets other than its employees. How do you get to see so many billionaires living abroad, enjoying their life, getting sued for right and left, abusing other people, and their funding is not being affected? They make sure that their assets are owned by different assets, controlled by different assets. So they make sure they don't pay taxes. So they make sure they don't pay insurance claim. So they make sure we know the game. We know the game at this point. And the problem is people are still falling fools for the culture war. The problem is people still falling fools for the right versus left. The problem is people are still saying we need to beat the other side. Till when are you going to think about beating the other side? You live together. You are all together. You don't want to beat the other side. You want to win them over. So, the foreign affairs spokesman came out to respond to Donald Trump's statement saying that negotiations at this point look like chess. The spokesman responded that even with the lights on or off, Iranians are known as professional skilled chess players. The Iranians do not underestimate their enemy. The Iranians understand their limits and their capabilities, and they understand and respect their enemy's power. As soon as you underestimate your enemy, especially in the game of chess, you lose the game. Unfortunately, I don't believe we have people that play chess in the White House. No, they don't. They don't understand Queen Gambit. They don't understand sacrifice chips or any other moves. And we are coming out as a joke. We have wasted all of our long range missiles. We have wasted 90 plus percent of our defense missiles. And we are now vulnerable for any attacks from any adversary, whether it's China, Russia, or even Cuba. Truth must be said. United States is cannibalizing its own military to the point that the head of the military goes, you should find an off ramp. Cut it out. It's going to backfire any second now. How do you want people to stand up with you this way? How do you want people to stand up with your ideas, support your projects? No one is going to support it. No one. Not your citizens, nor your allies. Trump has the lowest approval rating in U.S. American history. This is not an opinion. That's a fact. Democrats better not fuck this up. So we gotta vote some establishment people out, including the mayor of St. Paul and the mayor of Minneapolis. Even if you're a Democrat and you are considered establishment, we will have our eyes on you and reconsider your position. That should be common sense. Yeah. I'm waiting to see if there's any new news, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm gonna switch to your questions to see if there's any questions worth answering. Are you gonna talk about the new guy that just got elected? Which guy that just got elected? You gotta be more specific. Wajeeh, if you got to decide, would you agree to Iran's current list of demands? It's not like I have any other choice. The problem is that Iran controls the escalation ladder, and you have someone who is in denial of that. That's the only problem. Accept your losses, lick your wounds, and prepare for another fight. All of this bullshit is not helping Americans, and it's not helping anyone else. But uh, Iran is not going to negotiate on most of their points because they understand if they give an inch to Trump, he takes a mile. This is something they believe in. So it's not something the Iranians now are more far right than ever could be. Iranians are now more hardcore than they were ever been. The Iranians now want more revenge than they ever wanted before. So anyone that tells you Iranians are going to be forgiving, Iranians are going to be easy, Iranians are weak and willing to negotiate, they're not thinking correctly. There's a reason since the beginning of the war, we only have seen 10-second video of Mushtaba Khamenei, and that's it. We don't know where the video is taken. We don't know the location. We don't know which bunker it is. We don't know anything about the current situation in Iran. Some of their bunkers go from 500 meters to a mile deep. We simply don't have the capabilities of taking these bunkers down. What's the likelihood of Trump saying peace out, BB? That's a good question. Trump is starting to throw his own peace deals in regards to Gaza, and BB is straight up coming out saying "fuck that." Wouldn't you be pissed off if you were Donald Trump? I would be pissed off if I was Donald Trump. So just to that alone, I could see Trump losing his patience with BB. But BB also at this point doesn't give a fuck because he has an election. Maybe after the election he could change things a little bit, but not now. He wants to get reelected, and anything showing any type of weakness is not good for BB in his short term election. Primary this week. I believe there's primaries, yes. I'm not seeing any other questions. Sounds good. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I love your faces. This was Wajeeh Lion. My show is Get Informed with Waji. As always, remember, you may not fuck with politics, but politics will always fuck with you. Like, subscribe, and share. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're certainly watching a recording. If you have not become a paid subscriber, please consider becoming a paid subscriber. Help me become a U.S. citizen by becoming a subscriber. I am officially legally allowed to apply for my U.S. citizenship. Believe it or not, I'm not using my marriage for citizenship. I got my asylum the hard way. I applied for the green card the hard way using my asylum. I'm using my green card and my asylum to get my US citizenship. This is one of the hardest ways of doing it. No cutting corners, not using marriage, not doing any of that bullshit. I gone through this the hard way. I've gone through all the hard steps. I've done my homework, and now I am applying for the citizenship. So you have many of you have been supporting me. We've raised close to $700, and that is a very very big amount. Next, we'll be reaching out to some of the lawyers in town to see who is available for a consultation, and I'll keep you guys posted on the latest update. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. I love your faces. And as always, ma salama, bye bye, بالإنجليزي, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.